Another beautiful day at the lake project. So today, this morning, it's a holiday week for 4th of July. So we're cutting it, making it a little bit shorter day, especially after yesterday. We did 11 and a half hours. So this morning we put the marking tapes in. We put the one in for the cable. And there is another small conduit pipe inside the orange for fiber. So we labeled that one with the fiber tape. And then Green Mountain Power gave us the really wide electric line tape. I think that's because it's a 7,200 volt line. And then we also put a caution electric line below tape, and both of those caution tapes are magnetic, or metal, so they're easily picked up with one of those locating devices. The one we got from Green Mountain Power is plastic, so that one does not show up. Obviously the cable would, but the cable would show up if it penetrated deep enough. But anyway, so we got the tape in, and then we backfilled, and we compacted the living heck out of this driveway. I'm going to go wider view here. We compacted everything under the driveway really well, and then the stone that we raked off the top we put back, and I tracked it in and used the dozer blade, back dragged it a little bit with the Volvo. And here you can see the rest of this is all backfilled. This driveway here, this one's it's sitting really low. If you look at this, you can see it's sitting really low below the grass. All the water runs down the tube track. So we're gonna end up putting fabric down, and probably close to a foot of some size plant mix, probably 1.25 inches minus or something like that, I'm guessing. We're gonna do the whole driveway, so that's why we weren't too worried about what we were putting in here, although there is a lot of shale in that. So here's the rest of the backfill. We got some really shaly stuff here that we may, if we don't use this, and there's another pile of it down there, and then there's also a decent pile of material down there. And this is way more than we're going to need to backfill around the vault. So our plan is once this all settles and gets Harley raked, that we would put a layer of topsoil over this. So we're going to have some material left, as you can see. So here we go. Just going to walk the line. Zach used the 145 to backfill this because he has the reach to track between the ditch and the big pile he made and fill it in. Did a nice job here cleaning the grassy area off. The boy's got skill, there's no doubt about it. He's been running equipment since he was a little kid, so this is looking good. Our hole is a little bit bigger now because there's going to be a lot going on here, so we left the tape and everything back a little bit because some of these lines just bypass the orange that are 875 and the 3-inch SDR 11, the black pipe. Those are going to completely bypass this vault here. I don't even think they're going to be putting another, well, the phone company might put a vault here, we're not sure yet. It's not on the drawing, but it would make sense to do that to service the house up there. So anyways, so that's why these caution tapes are still hanging the way they are. Eventually when we backfill this, which won't be until hookup day probably. Well, we might backfill a little bit more once we get some clarification on the locations of these pipes and whether they terminate here and then continue on, or the drawing says this 875 continues on all the way to the next pole. Let's see here. Can you see that? Yeah, the next pole is right there. So, and then they show the R675 coming out of a cabinet there, coming back to this cabinet, and then without entering a cabinet, and then just shooting up to the other pedestal, the vault that we set up there. There'll be one up there for Comcast and one for the phone. So yeah, a few questions we need to get answered, but it's a beautiful day. Like I said, it's holiday week. I think we're going to call it for today. And hope everybody has a nice holiday week and happy 4th of July. Hope your weather's as good as ours. I think tomorrow is going to be a boating day here on Lake Champlain. Okay, folks, thanks for watching. And as always, we'll see you next time.